Welcome to, or welcome back to, What If Deku, who had the creative ability in part one, I went over Zuko was born quirkless, but no, he was born with a power, but he realized it after. So, probably in this video, he'll probably realize it, but in part one, the Zuko was basically created because he was born with ability to craft abilities out of thin air. So what does he do? He makes a firework ability where every time he touches something, and it floats into the sky, and every time he puts his hands together, it explodes with fireball. Like a giant firework just went off. Plus, now, Zuko was basically... So he learns how to control his abilities of crafting. So he wrote down, after school, his friends are like, okay, can you make woodsman guy have similar to, or make his quirk and mountain ladies to fuse together to create like a giant tree or something? Sure. As Zuko says, sure. And when he got home, or when he actually made it, or his DNA, or no, his power instantly gave him the power of giant tree. So basically, he can control trees. He can grow into the world's tallest tree. He could even make a minion of a giant tree. Because one of the people says, can you make it have clones of anyone as a tree? Sure. So then what does he do? He makes it at school. And he makes a giant tree minion. And he could also turn into a giant tree himself. So, yeah. And plus, you know how Minecraft mod, the one that, I forget what mod it is, that allows you to basically, there's a tree in that mod that is bigger than, it's basically on Sky Factory 1, I believe, from Sky, or not Sky, I forget his name, Sunday, Sundee. He's a famous YouTuber. And yeah, so basically, Zuko made one similar, but in real life. So, yeah. But it's also a minion, so it protects his house from anyone else except for him, because he's a owner of it. So, yeah. So then let me go over to there real quick. Minecraft. Oh, Minecraft. I put huge tree. Like, basically, it would have been like, I'm gonna find that one. It was bigger than that. Sorry. So, yeah. So Zuko ends up having the minion that big. Because I know the block in Minecraft is a 16 by 16 by 16 block. But in reality, it's probably like bigger than that. Well, yeah. So now it is time. So, yeah, let's get back to the story. So, yeah, Zuko, whom was out training, creating new quirks for himself. So, like, he made a variety of quirks, or not quirks, the quirks. So, he does like this weird experiments things where he has, like, he experimented with a lot of abilities, like some that I probably will never say because they're too brutal. He made so many abilities for himself. He made one that looks like Momo's quirk with, instead of using like the belly fatness thing or the every time she eats something, I always call it that because there is an appropriate name for it, but I chose not to. Yeah. And he made he made an ability that's called creation sticker. What does that mean? It means that it's like Momo's creation mixed with Forge, or I forget his name. He's from Class 1B. I didn't remember that. Class 1B. He's a top guy, or no, he's a top, this corner, top one. He's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a first one on the top of this list. Yes, yo said so. I think. Let me see. Yo, no. This guy. So, yeah, Zuko created so many quirks, and yeah, and in order for him, so how it works is basically he could create something from his pockets instead of like ripping skin off and like pulling, or no. It's been a long morning, so yeah. So I meant peeling off clothes to reveal to, yeah. But Zuko just like draws a sticker thing, like a cannon, and he could just mount it to anything. And what does it do? It basically does what it says. It basically is similar to or I always call him Forge. I don't know why. Or Welder. Yeah, Welder boy. He. So the item that Zuko draws on can be put on the wall, and when it sticks to the wall or anything, it can also turn it into its own personal one. Like what I mean is basically if you place it on top of the here. It's like that with Momo, those quirk. And no, I'm not gonna use my old character Mumu, the one that is the brother of the pony one, because I am not gonna. I'm thinking about bringing him back, but maybe in the what if battles. The what if battles will be it would be like death battles, but with no death involved. It's just like what I did with cinder blocks, and yeah. If you haven't watched that videos, go check them out. So yeah, so Zuko creates a sticker because Momo using the cannon. So yeah. Yeah. So now let's continue this story before I. So yeah, Zuko goes like, and he wrote down another powers. He made over 900 of them. I'm surprised that Zuko hasn't lost his oven-loving mind. But course, the quirk doctor didn't tell him. No one knew that Zuko actually has the power of infinity and zero. And so with it. So basically, because in this universe, I forgot to mention, in this universe, there used to be a chance of 1 out of 9.5, stay with me, sextillion tons. That's how low the chances of getting the special. It's called special. So basically Zuko is he's the uncompleted special. That if he uses his evolved form of his quirk to fuse with his powers and abilities, he could go from being quirkless nobody, to being the most powerfulest person in the entire universe. I mean it. The most powerfulest one. He could have just been like, hey, have you seen the... He goes from like, hey, do you want to hang out? And let's say some villain just like hurts his friend. All right, now I'm going to go Super Saiyan. Yeah. So Zuko was one morning when he wakes up, he kind of, so when he looks at his own, like, when he trained, or after he was done training, or so the morning, when it was finally time, so Overflame was now, because Zuko did test himself on if he had a quirk or not, and he did, and it's called the Overflame, or like overload of flames, and the campfire, or not campfire, the like fireplace that had real fire in it was making him stronger overnight. So, but Zuko didn't acknowledge it. So it basically, his power, so the flame and Zuko's is, or so the, yeah, so Zuko's flame, so the, basically his quirk did evolve into, like, or did awaken and evolved into the Overseer of Flames. But then, when Zuko tried using it, his entire body, or his own power, his powers, his, like, everything, like, I mean everything, like his quirk, his powers, his abilities, his soul, his body, all of that fused into one, and to making him, as his eyes start to, like, as he, like, gets up, as he doesn't feel any changes, like, but he did have a lot of changes happen during that, like, power scale thing. So he became the world. Basically, he, like, when he got up, because he was training, let's say he trained a little bit hard yesterday, or last night thing, or that night, and when he woke up in the morning, he couldn't feel anything. Like, basically, when he got up, he's like, ow, why does my head hurt? And when he touched his forehead, the headache went back, or no, his headache went away, like, in an instant. That he's like, whoa, something's going wrong. As he tries to get up, as a tree, his minion tree, tells him that you went through evolved form. Now you're a special. Yeah, in this universe, in this what if universe that I am creating for you guys, is that special homes in this universe are super, very super legendary rare. Whoever was born with it is like Zuko was born in complete version, but then when his powers gave him the evolve thing, so he's the most dangerous one of them all. Because what I mean by him, like, fusing his entire bodies his soul, his body, his powers, abilities, that stuff. I mean, he was the only one, he is inside, not his own body. He is everyone. He is inside everyone's body. Their memories, their dreams flows into him. Their thoughts, everything goes right through Zuko's head. He sees what they see. He hears what they hear. Like everything. Like he infused his soul, his powers and everything, infused with the entire galaxy, universe, space, time, everything. So he could hear Doomsday like version of himself talking. Inside it is like basically, yeah. I am making him way more powerful than anything. So when Zuko went to school, he's like, he's not talking to any, he's not even talking to anyone at this point. He's having mental breakdown. So he's just an empty shell that they're talking to. Zuko, what's wrong? Zuko. As one of them hits him in the head. As the teachers came in, are you doing okay, Zuko? As we need to take him to the hospital right now. And so they took him to the hospital, and the the normal doctor saw, was doing this full scan as the when he did a full scan, there was nothing there. Not even a soul. That's weird. Something tells me Ezuku, or what's wrong with him? It says he has no, his organs are working and his body functions working like normal, but his soul is completely erased from existence. As the body, or so you're saying we're talking to the empty shell, right? Yeah. That's weird. So then Zuko, his body moves by itself as he reached over and he taps on a person's chest. As what's he's meaning? He's tapping on one of our chests. Uh, then one of the other students as the motor functions, as they pull out a piece of paper. Can you please write? As the Zuko stops tapping, grabs a pen, and he wrote, "I'm inside all of your bodies." So it says, so you're inside all of us. As he says, how's that being possible? So Zuko, do a DNA test thing. So then Zuko, or so the Quark Doctor does like the little DNA. What he found shocked the doctor. Because because it used to be rumors spread that Zuko, or actually legends used to say that there was these special types of humans that could control anything. As he runs back, your friend was born as a special. Wait, what do you mean special? Like, you're joking, right? No, look. Zuko, type. Special. The requirements to become special is having a quirk, or as they're like, wait, so Zuko was born without a quirk. But how is that possible? He, as a quirk doctor walks in, I lied to him about him not having a quirk. His quirk was overload of flames. And it now evolved into being whatever I said earlier. But now his entire body, so his powers, or his quirk, his powers and abilities are now fused, and his soul is now fused into. So now he's part of all of us. He is part of the entire. He's part of the entire universe, multiverse, everything. So you're saying that, okay, we need to call, so Court Doctor calls Nezu, and because the Court Doctor knows that Deku has a twin sister at UA, so the Court Doctor tells Nezu, is Yumi there? Yeah, she's in class. Okay, can I talk to her real quick? What about? It's about her brother. We found something that then, okay. So then Jimmy gets called to the office and like, am I in trouble for something? No. Oh, no. The Court Doctor called and wanted to tell you something. Go ahead. So, yeah, it's about your brother. Oh, that quirkless person. He's not quirkless, as Court Doctor says. About him being quirkless, that was actually a lie. And I can't believe that you fell for it first. You thought you believed it? But no, I'm not here for that. Or I'm not calling for that. But her brother was actually, I didn't tell you or your parents, but your brother was born special. And when Zumi heard that, wait, what? Azumi can't believe it. And she's like a little bit shocked. Like someone just hit her with a truck, kind. And Zuku and so Zumi ends up says, wait, where is he now? He's at the hospital. He's the most powerfulest one. His body is actually at here, but his soul is actually with you, actually, Zumi. Or should I say, he's inside all of us. Is that true? Yeah. As Zumi says, I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna, if it's okay with you, Nezu, to sure. And so as she gets permission by Nezu, and Zumi got her wallet or her phone, as she ran down the stairs, she ran all the way, as Bakugo's like, what's in the rush? It's about, as she's trying to say, it's about my brother. Oh, that quirkless loser? I think you fell for it too. What? I think we all fell for the Court Doctor's lie about my brother. Did he really have a quirk? Yeah. And he just called and told me that reason why he called is because my brother, as she says, my brother was born as a special. And when she said that, Bakugo, Class 1A, were shocked when they heard that Zuko was born special. Yeah. Not special needs, but special. Like, so they're like, ooh, okay. So then Zumi ran all the way down, ran fast as she could, and to the hospital, and she shows up right at, and she walks into Zuko's room, and Zuko was just there. Her. With so many powers going through. Hey, brother, long time no see. As a voice at the back of her head saying, yeah. How was school? I saw that you talked to your friends. Hens. Because Ochako is still, like, dating Bakugo, right? Yeah. But Ochako, so Zumi didn't know that so Ochako and Bakugo were pretending to date. Right. So when him, as Zuko's, like, voice, because, told her that they're trying to make me jealous, right? Or they are trying to prank me, pretending to date each other's to make me feel embarrassed. No, I did not know that. Well, yeah. So Zuko's is his power. So he tells Bakugo sure does love you, little sister. As Zumi's face blushes, he really does. Yeah, every time he sees you, name as Zumi's like, please stop embarrassing me. It's so embarrassed. So then, yeah. How long has this video been? Let's check. Yep, but that's okay. So, yeah. So, basically, Zuko is telling Ochako, or no, not Ochako, Zumi, that, yeah. So, Zuko's powers are, so, as Zumi's like, and your parents, as Zuko stops her and tells her, your parents, not mine. Because they abandoned me. So, yeah. Azumi didn't know that she did know that her parents did abandon her. Abandon Zuko. Because, Yeah. So you don't need to call them. Because they... Yeah. Zuko was a jerk. Like, basically, who could really blame him? Because Zuko did get banned or, like, betrayed by his family or his father and mother because he was quirkless, but Zuko wasn't quirkless at all. So then, yeah. So then yeah. So Zuko says, and yeah, so his powers, Zuko finally gets his hand or like his body back into control of his own, as he feels much better now, as they are trying to make sure he doesn't like trip or fall. As a portal opens up, or when he tries to like, or he does walk normally, like walks from like one point to the other, he was about to, like, his legs, he was so tired out, he wants to go back to home and just lay in his bed. And as the branch from a tree, certain tree, minion, was God grabs him and lifts him up. Like, a minion knew that he was tired out from, like, so Zuko ends up, yeah. So please wait for part 3 to be filmed. So peace out.